Steve Matthews, TPI Certified Fitness Professional here to talk about how to utilize EMOM sets, or every minute on the minute sets for your golf fitness. So let's start off by asking the question, what is an EMOM? An EMOM stands for every minute on the minute. So each minute, at the top of each minute, you will start a new exercise, and we will use that in a circuit fashion. So if we did a 3-part EMOM, we would start with exercise 1, and the second minute move to 2, to 3, and then back to 1. So in the example today, I'm going to show you a 4-part EMOM circuit. A lot of times I get a question of what do I pick for these exercises? So it kind of depends on A, where you are, B, what equipment you have, and C, what your focus is on for that workout. Today, my sample workout is going to focus on torso rotation with lower body stability. It's going to focus on single leg stability. It's going to focus on ground force power creation, and it's going to focus on locking on that lower half and rotating that upper body. You're creating that separation. So there's going to be 4 parts in my sample workout. A lot of times people say, how long should I go for? In the beginning, I usually try to have a client use about a 30 on, 30 off ratio in that minute. So for that first round, we might say, I'm only working for 30 seconds. I'm going to recover for 30, move on to the next exercise. If I have recovered very well and it's easy for me, I will then bump it into a longer work, into a shorter rest ratio. My most advanced clients, we don't necessarily rest in an EMOM. We move from one to the next, and the moving to the next exercise is the rest. So let's get right to the sample. So for this EMOM, I'm going to set a stopwatch or a timer on my phone. I'm going to start the clock right at 0, and that's going to be my first minute. So I'm going to show you the exercises first, and then we'll do a full sample 4-minute round. So the 4 exercises I'm going to have us do in this EMOM are going to be a kneeling, step out to rotation. So I'm just going to alternate sides. I'm stepping out, I'm turning, I'm trying to keep my lower body very stable as I step out, and then turn. My head can go with the body as I rotate. That's exercise 1. Exercise 2 is going to be a single leg Romanian deadlift, or a single leg stiff leg deadlift. I'm going to use dumbbells for this. You do not need dumbbells for this. Some people find it better for them to have a little counterweight there. So I'm going to hold those dumbbells down to my side. My arms are long, my legs are long. I'm going to hinge at the waist. I'm going to lean over. I'm going to balance on one leg and stand that back up. If that went really well, I could try to lean it into more of a balance type finish. Some folks that can't do that well will either need to drag that foot on the floor, or they can start in a staggered stance and lean and stand back up. And this gets a similar feel on the back of the leg. So this is going to be called a single leg RDL, single leg stiff leg deadlift. From there, the third exercise is going to be a dumbbell push press. I'm going to take those dumbbells, throw them up on my shoulders. I'm going to bend and load those legs. I'm not squatting back. I'm dipping and then driving them over my head. So I'm utilizing my legs and my middle to drive the weights overhead, and I'm using my shoulder stability to hold those over my head at the top. I'm creating some ground force there and driving them overhead. Dumbbell push press. The last one in the group, we're going to use a single dumbbell. We're going to do a lockdown row. So I'm going to be in a split stance. I'm going to lock down that lower half from turning, and I'm going to reach and I'm going to turn that upper body as much as possible. So I'm reaching with my free arm to create more pull, almost like I'm drawing a bow there, but I'm split stance and pulling and leaning and trying to turn that torso. Those are the 4 exercises. So I'm about to start my full 4-minute EMOM for my golf fitness training. I'm going to start my stopwatch, and as soon as I start that watch, I'm going to start the exercises. The rest is built into the workout, so there's no additional rest at the end of the circuit. We just would start the circuit over again. So I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm doing a step out to rotation. So again, I'm looking for a beginner to work about 30 seconds and rest 30 seconds on this. The first round usually won't bite you too bad. It's when we get into those second and third rounds where this starts to catch up with you a little bit. So I'm going to go on this drill normally for 30. For the sake of the video, I'm going to go for 40. So I'm stepping out, I'm rotating. If I want to advance it, I could hold a med ball, I could hold any medicine ball, and turn. If I have access to one, I could hold a hand weight if I'm at home, or I could hold something, soccer ball, basketball, something like that. All right, so I'm about 40 seconds in. I did step out rotation. So now I'm working through we'll call this my rest. It's basically just getting to the next exercise. For this next one, the choices are I can go double dumbbell, single leg. I can go single dumbbell, single leg, or same side, single dumbbell, single leg. I'm gonna go in 3, 2, 1. So for this one, it's tricky because there's 2 sides to work on. I'm gonna work 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. When I do a stiff leg deadlift, I like to shift and then lean. If I go from here and try to lean, I'm gonna fall most of the time. Shift, lean. Oops, I'm losing my balance on that one. Shift, lean. From there, I'm moving to the other leg. So this, for the golf mechanic, is gonna be a hinge drill. Can I hip hinge? Can I shift? Can I hinge? Can I balance? So it brings in a lot of those components of hinging, balance, that type of thing. All right, looks like I'm about done with that one. So again, I shake them out, I put them down, I have rest built into the set. From here, I'll be grabbing those dumbbells again. Some of you might be able to use different weights for different exercises, but if you only have a pair of dumbbells at home, I would stick with the pair you have. All right, guys, 5 seconds, and I'm going. I'm bringing them up to the shoulders. I'm resting them on my shoulders. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do a little dip, and I'm driving and punching. I'm a little closer to you. So I am not squatting back. I'm dropping down with an upright torso. I'm hips, butt squeeze, push. So if I can press these, I don't want to just press them. I want to use the legs, middle, and punch. Legs, middle, punch. I like to have my pinky towards the back of the dumbbell, so it becomes the front of the dumbbell in this drill. I'm dipping, my torso's upright, I'm standing, I'm punching. I'm bringing it back down the shoulder. Dumbbell, push press. If I'm looking for an advancement there, I'm going to go single arm, dumbbell push press, or I add weight, or I try to do more reps, okay? So that looks like it's about 45 seconds. From here, I'm going to do that lockdown, balanced torso rotation row. So I'm going to be in a split stance. My weighted hand is my back leg side. So 3, 2, 1, I'm split stance. I'm back leg side is weighted. I'm going to reach towards the floor, trying to keep those hips still. I'm going to pull and reach. So I'm trying to stabilize my lower half as I mobilize and rotate through that upper half. I can switch sides about halfway through the group. A lot of times what I'll see is people want to open up those hips and they're not sure what to do. Or they keep their arm here or they brace. I want to be reciprocating that motion. So I'm pulling left, reaching right, and I'm trying to lock down that lower half. About 40 seconds in. So in those single side drills, I'm looking for 15 to 20 seconds. Each side, each drill. For those longer drill, or for those double-sided drills, it's 30 to 40 seconds of work. The 20 seconds is built-in rest to move from one to the next.